One more, Rob. Testing. One more for Rob. One more. Is that 210 or 310 yards? 310 yards. What you're telling me he rushed for?
And 70 yards of receptions.
Okay. All right. Just checking. State championship game. Yeah. That seems like a lot. That seems like a lot of yards. And he plays running back.
Throws late.
Thank you,
and
Sam.
win it 94-85 over
if no one else comes
Texas
up, I'll
Rio Grande Valley. And they get the job done.
If no one else
despite
comes, I'll
missing
come up and
three
do it.
of their players. And Pajemski only played 2 minutes.
Pull that
so
off?
it was big minutes by Hawkins.
All right,
Goody,
Sam, are you sure?
all pitched in. And, of course,
Did your
Plummer
parents
was
make
hot
it up
early,
here
5
okay?
threes in the first half.
They're what?
They're sitting behind you.
Were they?
Mm-hmm. They're
I guess I should look around there. I don't look at people.
We'll be in Josh's region.
Oh.
And on Monday.
Oh, big timers. Man.
I told them to bring me down some beer.
Yeah, when you're down here with the commoners. Man.
Yeah, I'm good.
Who's running the copy machine?
Libby, and then Matt's doing stats.
Oh, Matt. Oh, that's right. He got post game.
There's only been one here. It was like supposed to be our student. He failed. That's our reigning semester.
He didn't know the vote's coming up, does he? What's that? Well, in these times of lack of staffing problems, you got to do a lot to get. It takes a lot. You got to really. The bar is not extremely high. I'm just saying. It's been a long time. I've been at a previous game that happened, but it's been a long time. So we were able to check pretty quickly back to 2010, and it hasn't been done since 2010. So now it does take a little bit of time to research. So yeah, I can tell you it was done when Andy Kaufman and Deion Thomas did it, but in a double overtime game. But yeah, since then there's a lot of games in between there. So. Doesn't happen very often. Yeah. 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 Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I'm telling you. You're great at it. One of the best. So when your parents come, do they stay at your house or your apartment, or what do they do? No, they don't.
They're at the home too.
At the home too. Okay. All right.
Yes. Could not imagine them being in my apartment.
I'm just asking. I didn't know what happened there. Apparently 310 yards is a lot, Jeremy. I don't know, but and 70 in a receptions on top of that. So that seems like a pretty good game.
I talked to my guy. He said
Okay, all right. There was a whole stack back there. It looked like a whole ream of paper that was still sitting there on the counter. That's why. I think so. Okay. I went. I was like, "What?" And there, I said, "This is all the same thing." Okay. You know what would really help is to take them all, because then Derek feels like it was worthwhile. Otherwise, he looks and says, why would I make copies and they're not going to use them? So just to take them, and even if they get thrown away,
even if I have to come down and
Yeah.
take it, I'll take the balance.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you have the mic? Yeah.
We got a whole little setup to the side here.
How you spell it? Okay.
Ohio Valley Coach of it.
Point total all time for Illinois in points, and it's the most since Malcolm Hill had 40 against Northern Kentucky November 13th of 2016, and we're checking to see the last time Illinois had two guys with 30 points or more in the same game. 38 for Kofi, 30 for Plummer, 13 for Coleman Hawkins, 4 rebounds and 4 assists. Devontae Williams fouled out of the game, but he had 6 rebounds to go with 4 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists in the ball game.
And what I liked this in the second half. We really did a good job of taking care of the basketball. Didn't have a lot of forced turnovers, and I thought that really helped us. But give the Vaqueros all the credit. Those guys, Johnson and Nelson, were just amazing. I mean, we couldn't slow them down, and finally, we just I think we sort of persevered and got a couple blocks from Hawkins and Goody just to eke this game out.
Yeah, Goody with 5 points and 3 rebounds, 2 points from Melendez in 7 minutes. Goody,
Coach, whenever you're ready, just grab one of the mics. Appreciate you coming up.
Hey, so had to get my extra.
We'll start off with if you don't mind, a short opening comment, and then we'll take some questions for Coach Figure.
Yeah, well, it's the second time I've played against Brad here. We were not happy that the result we came out on the short end. But with our 7 mighty orphans that we have playing right now, our kids are buying in, and so Brad and those guys won the game. We didn't lose; they won. And I felt like they played together as a team. They knew it was their identity. They knew where the ball had to go, and we just couldn't get stops there when we needed it at the end. So very happy for our effort. Never happy winning, but I felt like Brad got his guys to play together.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
Matt, 1.2 points per possession tonight. Why do you think you guys were so successful against, obviously a Big Ten team here tonight?
Well, we want to try to move them around as much as possible and pull Kofi from the rim. And that's what we've been doing. We've been able to play some offense over the past couple of weeks in our games. We took a one on the chin really hard early against Arizona, and our kids were just learning. And a couple of those shots that we made today, we didn't make against Arizona, and it took the wind out of ourselves, and we started taking some hero shots and stuff like that. But our kids share the ball. We can get downhill. We're fast. So I attributed that, with our ability to put heat on the rim.
Scott?
You're able to make some of the entry passes into Kofi tough, and others, they got him the ball. Just what would you see was the difference there, where maybe they were able to get him established?
I just thought that their will and determination to get him the ball. I mean, we did everything we could. I mean, we tried to throw the kitchen sink at him. We tried to throw 5 guys down there on top of him. We fronted him. But I mean, he's a first team All-American for a reason. He's the closest thing I've seen in since Shaquille O'Neal and Stanley Roberts played at LSU. I mean, a guy like that, I mean, he is a dominant basketball player. I mean, and he instilled his will on us, and we fought him as much as we could. Just we don't have the manpower, and there's going to be a lot of other teams that don't have the manpower to fight him. So, the one thing we just wanted to make it do, we wanted to make him a passer. And he got an assist tonight. So we were able to turn him over twice. Not enough, but give him credit. He kept fighting and working.
Jeremy again.
Matt, you get such a history with Brad. What's it been like to see him develop this program and to where it is right now?
Oh, I'm his biggest fan. It killed me last year when they lost to Loyola Chicago. I'm always rooting for Brad. It's and I got history living here and being in this area for some time, Illinois is a historically great job, and the fans are demanding, and they want perfection, and sometimes I think Brad got his team in a point when you get a number 1 seed that you're elite, and I think given time, when they get back fully healthy, they're going to be elite again.
Last question for Scott.
I guess maybe on that fully healthy front, I'm not sure you're prepared, like Cabello and Frazier might play. Just what differences did you see when maybe they didn't have those 2 guys in there?
Well, I felt like they played really together. I mean, they had 21 assists, and I know Brad going in, the turnover bugaboo was something that Brad was emphasizing. I think these guys are averaging 18 a game. I felt like guys on their team really knew what they were doing together, and they played together. And we gave Plummer way too many looks early because we were trying to really defend Kofi. But I think there was a lot of toughness on their behalf. The biggest basket again, and DeMonte Williams did it to me 5 years ago. That offensive rebound putback was the difference that started the different momentum in the game. We were right there, and he does those things that veteran guys do, and I just felt like everybody on their team assumed a role, and they knew what they had to do to win, and they played well together.
Okay, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck rest of the season.
Benjamin was the difference in the first half. 6 assists, completing high-low pass off to a start that our post-entry passes were just nothing short of abysmal. And, that's unique. That's something we've got to clean up. We've got to continue to work on. But, again, those are unforced errors. Those are
All right, we'll get right into questions. Derek, can you close the door? We'll get right into questions for the players. Plummer and Coburn.
Yes, Alfonso, another night where you were feeling it from 3-point range. Did you feel like this was just maybe building off of what you did Tuesday night?
Yeah, like I said, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? I'll be working out a lot on my game, and I feel like he's getting a good way. So I'm just gonna keep doing the same thing and help the team to win.
Jeremy.
Obviously, you guys did really well offensively, but as a team, what were behind the struggles defensively, Alfonso and Kofi?
I feel like in ball screens, we gotta have more communication. We gotta work on more on ball screens coverage. But other than that, we had good cleanups on the drives and threes. So we just gotta get better on ball screens coverage.
Yeah, like Fonzo said, we just got to no lock down personnel more. I feel like dudes got a lot open threes, especially in transition where we emphasize running back and defense and locating guys. The ball screen defense definitely got to be better. I just feel like people forget the fact that kid he's a pro. He's a really good player, really good scorer, and he came out here and he did what he do, man. Obviously we got to lock in more, but that kid's a really special kid, man. A lot of respect for him.
Just what has this been like for you guys, having guys coming in out of the lineup that are so important to you? How do you deal with that, and how do you try and learn from it, I guess?
It's a challenge. It's hard playing with guys that you already have that chemistry with. The guys that you have experience with. But it's also a good challenge in a way where we can learn from it. It's a lot of guys that's coming in right now. They got to step up. They're getting experience. And that's really important right now, especially early in the season. Who knows what the future holds? Who knows what could happen? It's good that guys are ready and they're in the situations right now. So whenever they get put in later on in the season, they can step up.
I guess. So you guys have had to battle through a lot of these games with guys being in and out of lineup, close games, Kofi and Alfonso. How much can you guys just learn from these experiences, and how much tougher have you gotten from these games?
Mm-hmm. I feel like the emphasis is on winning time. It's a certain time when when the clock hits 4 and under, we emphasize winning time. This is time where we give it our best, we give it everything we got. And I feel like guys, we rally around each other, and we try to actually lay it all out there on the wood. We fight for each other, and that's going to be big time. Leading down where everybody's locked in, and once that time goes out on the clock, we fight our hardest throughout the game, and when 4 minutes come, we know we got to dig a little bit deeper. All these guys, they're willing to sacrifice, and it's a great look.
Mm-hmm. For Kofi, you got Luke back tonight, did some really good things in the second half. You hit him for that kick out 3. How much trust do you have in him already, just being a freshman, and how much has he earned out of that from you guys?
He's a really special kid. He's a freshman, but he doesn't act like it at all. He's a really good leader already. As a young man on the team, he tries to talk a lot. He tries to compete. He really competes a lot. Whether he's on the scout team or whether he's on our team, the playing team. He's just a really good player, and he's a really good person. I feel like it's hard when you find freshmen that come in and they could communicate like that, and they're so outgoing. And he hustles, man. He fights.
Mm-hmm.
He's a really hard fighter.
Scott.
Kofi, just what did you like me about that high-low game you were working with Ben? Because it seems like he was able to get you the ball pretty easily.
Yeah, man. Ben's a stud, man. I feel like Ben's one of them players where if you tell him to do something, he's gonna get the job done. Like Ben, he listens. He's a really good learner. That's his most important asset, man. He comes out there and coach tells him to do something, and he just tries his best to do it. He's one of those guys where it doesn't matter if he's scoring, it doesn't matter what he's doing. He's gonna play hard. He's gonna rebound. He's gonna make the right plays. He's been my roommate for 3 years, and I just trusted him that he was going to make the right play and find me. I just kept trying to be ready and kept putting myself in a position to be successful.
Kofi, 3 assists the last 2 games. I think that's the most you've had in 2 games. I mean, is it been a point of emphasis for you to look more to pass out, and what's that do for your team?
Yeah, definitely, man. I feel like it would be ignorant for me not to look out. Guys really double team me and triple team me hard. You know, and when you got guys like Alfonso, you got guys like Hutch, you got all those guys that's really, really good shooters and really good shot makers. You know, it's hard not to pass the ball to them. It would be selfish of me, you know. So I got to find those guys and elevate them the same way they elevate me. You know, the same way they look inside. When I get triple team and double team, I got to pass it back out to them and get them open shots.
So, Alfonso, kind of on the flip side of that, how much difference does it, though, make when Kofi's got 38 points on 15 of 19 shooting and he can be that steady presence in the paint?
I mean, it makes the game easier. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, like you're gonna get 3-4 guys on him, and he's gonna let us get him open shots. So I feel like every time you get the ball in the post, it's gonna be just easy for us to get open shots. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, Alfonso, this is for you as well, too. Have you played with anyone in your career who's as dominant in the paint, and how much easier does that make it for you to get shots on the perimeter that are open?
No. I think he's the toughest and biggest guy I've ever played with.
Kofi, Alfonso told us the other night you call him Gunman.
Mm-hmm.
When did you come up with that, and why?
It's kind of a thing, you know, like somebody like back home in Jamaica, like the criminals, they're called gunmen. You know, the
I'm not a
dudes
criminal though.
Yeah, they're called gunmen. You know, and when I see him, like it's the way he shoots it. You know, some people say sniper, some people say sniper, whatever that is. Like I call him a gunman because that's a Jamaican term for a sniper, basically. You know, he shoots the cover off it, man. As you can see, man. You know, so like it was just natural. Once I see him getting on the roll, you know, he just came out one day and I stuck with it. He likes it, so you know.
For Alfonso, you know, everyone that's ever played at any level kind of knows what a heat check is. You know, in your mind when you're in that zone and you're thinking about the heat check, is that like, you know, I'm taking the shot no matter what, or are you still thinking, you know, that's in the flow of the offense?
Yeah,
he's taking the shot no matter what. He's a shooter. that's Fonzo. He's gonna try and tell you something different right now, but he's gonna shoot that.
I mean,
if he sees light, he's gonna shoot it. He's
Coach said like when you come here, like I want you to shoot it when you open. But like in my mind, I feel like if I'm hot, I'm gonna shoot it when I feel like I'm gonna make it. So
yeah,
I'm just gonna shoot it.
Hey man, and every time he shoots it, I have a smile on my face. You know, I'm trying to get the offensive rebound, but he has the clip he's shooting it right now, man. I have all the confidence in him, man. And if he takes a shot, it's obvious that he thinks he can make it. And you know, hats off to him, man.
Anything else for the players? All right, thank you guys.
Sure.
Appreciate it.
Let's talk about something now. Shoot it. Shoot it.
Sam, you doing okay with the mic? Do you need help? Are you good? You're good? All right.
was nice that they sat on the far end. And then
Okay. Right, right.
the road seemed smaller than I remember. I'll be honest.
More narrow?
More narrow.
And there's what you're saying?
Yeah, like it seemed like kind of.
Okay.
There's a grill behind the table, like chairs behind it.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't move.
No, you're.
Setting my box was
Okay.
sleep in tomorrow.
I don't even know what that means anymore. It was 7 o'clock. That was my sleep in today. And I was like, man, 7 o'clock. Wow, that's awesome.
Today
On when? Monday night? I don't know. It's posted back there. So NC or NC State? From where you're at? From where? Oh, you're at Duke? What? How did I not know this?
I don't know.
I've never asked before.
Diana Duke. It's a Duke NC State UNC.
Okay, but man,
Like my key when I was a kid, like my back door to my house was a Duke.
I'll try not to spread that around.
It's okay. At least I didn't say anything.
Well, just the way they lost their game tonight. NC State scored 2 touchdowns in the last minute 30. They got the onside kick and then scored again. It was amazing. I was at NC State too, I'm sure that.
It's a little warmer down in North Carolina.
Yes, I understand. Yeah.
My parents were not prepared to walk into the weather that was here.
I blame my ancestors. You made a choice to come up here. My ancestors settled here.
My mom's from here. My
Right.
mom's from Quad. My dad's from Minnesota.
Oh God, he must. Then he's got soft. Is what I'm saying
Your
there.
dad's got chocolates there.
Your mom's from Quad Cities. Okay. All right.
You know, my dad's from 2 hours south of Canada.
Where at?
Hibbing?
Oh, I've been to Hibbing.
Yeah.
It's a big mining area.
Yeah.
I was a little kid went there.
He grew up on, what's the artist? Bob Dylan.
Yeah. I didn't know he was from Hibbing, but he's from Minnesota.
And then the former Houston Rockets coach went to high school with my dad.
Who?
Kevin McHale.
I've got a Kevin McHale story.
Oh, yeah.
He was the guy. He was the Hall of Famer that I was in the slam dunk contest with, and I did not lose.
Oh, really? Is there a photo proof or anything?
I had to withdraw because of injury
Oh,
in the middle of it, and so it was in third dunk, and I had to withdraw. Okay, we'll go ahead and get started here with an opening statement, and then open it up for questions for Coach Underwood when you're ready.
Well, that went just about like I thought it would go. A very good Rio Grande Valley team. Offensively, they are tremendous. Excuse me. Johnson kid's special. He's a tremendous, tremendous talent. He's put up big numbers, all throughout the season. And, I thought we had some real momentum in the first half. We stuck DeMonte on him. He kind of shut his water off. But again, at the end of the game, it was hard to get stops. Fortunately for us, Shaq was on our team. I mean, Kofi. And Plummer, played like a senior, played like a veteran, played like a guy that I've labeled as one of the best shooters in the country. We needed every one of those points from both of those guys. And then I'm really proud of Coleman. He was not good in the first half and very passive, very unaware, very uninvolved, to be honest, and really responded late. DeMonte Williams, what a jump from the Jackson State game where he was our point guard to the game tonight, where 8 assists, no turnovers, probably made the biggest play of the game with the offensive putback. And then I do want to mention Ben. Ben changed the game the first half just simply with his passing. It wasn't hard to get the ball to Kofi. And yet, we had some problems early, just post passing. And Ben changed all that. And we got the ball, 6 assists, and then he was very good on the defensive end. But Luke Goody came in and gave us really good minutes after really not being a factor because of injuries in Kansas City. And I'm a big fan of Luke. Luke's got a lot of toughness. He can really shoot it, but he wasn't afraid to jump up and take a three. His pull-up jump shot was excellent, big-time move. He had to play in the guts of the game. So you got guys out, you got guys not able to go, and they're 3 of your key guys. It's great to see certain guys step up, and fortunately they did that tonight.
Questions?
Coach, this is your, I think, 5th different starting lineup in the 6 games. You talk a lot about being connected as a team, and is this like the weirdest start to your season as far as trying to get guys connected and have some continuity?
Yeah, I got no choice.
Brett, any update on Trent and Andre and Jacob, why they were sitting out?
We've got the flu going around. I would have played Pods tonight, Pajemski a lot more. He hadn't been out of bed in 2 days with the flu, fever, everything that goes along with that. Jacob has the same thing. Curbello's fighting the neck injury or whatever, the neck problem that he's got. And obviously Trent, we saw his fall the other night. So, those guys are out, and it is what it is. And we're going to show up and represent Illinois with a bunch of guys who have to play better than we did tonight. But that's what we got.
What's your biggest concern defensively from tonight?
Guarding the ball. And our ball screen coverage was atrocious. We had 3 really good guys off the bounce, and then we let the Nelson kid get going from 3. We fouled him twice. We let the ball get to the middle of the court multiple times. Those are our base foundations. But we didn't do a very good job guarding the ball. We've got to get better play on the defensive end from Plummer. We got to get much better play from Coleman and Hutch, and those guys have to become elite defenders for us, and they've got to lock into that. When they do, we're going to become an elite defender. But DeMonte's out there fighting his ass off and stopping the other guy, number one, and shuts him down. And then we've got other guys out there that weren't as dialed in. So I'm not very happy with that.
Scott.
I mean, you said it was simple, but what did Ben do where he could get the ball to Kofi where the other guys maybe to that point weren't doing it?
Caught it, threw it away from the defender, ball faked, everything that we practiced, everything that we worked on. Just simple. Didn't hold the ball, let it stick, didn't let it stick in his hands. Coleman got in trouble because he held it too long. He's always wanting to dribble it and deck it. And I think he's got 14 of his turnovers coming off the bounce this year. And just reverse it. If it's not there, but you've got to see the pass. You've got to see how open Kofi is before you catch it. And for the most part, Coleman's an elite passer. Hutch jumped in the air 3 times tonight, 3 to try to throw post entry passes. That's just settling in and next game.
Coach, you mentioned how proud you were of Luke Goody and what he provided you defensively, but his IQ seems to be really high for a freshman. Can you explain what that's like to see?
Well, he's a natural leader, first of all. He's got great feel. He's got great instincts. You can tell he was a quarterback. You can tell he's had to lead other people, get other people, be accountable to other people. He's got a great positive vibe and energy about him, and Luke is a tough hombre now. Luke's a tough dude now. I mean, you can go at Luke all you want, and physically or mentally, and Luke's a tough dude now. He can respond to just about anything.
Scott.
Coach Figure brought up Shaq as well and Stanley Roberts, but just, I mean, what did Kofi show tonight where just made that he can be that dominant physical big?
Well, I thought the best thing about tonight was his passing. He turned one over and the ball kind of rolled out of his hand, but he hit Luke for a 3, hit Coleman for 1. He got fouled on, and he got deep position. And again, we had a size advantage. But the other thing was, and it was no reflection on, on Omar, or no reflection on Ben at the 5 spot, but I was going to roll with Kofi because they couldn't stop him, and we needed all the points we could get. And but I don't know, what was he? 15 of 18, 15 of, I can't read.
15 of 19.
15 of 19, and then he made free throws. 8 of 11. We'll take that from Kofi every night. I thought his ball screen defense was just okay. He's trying to block way too many shots, and that's not Kofi. That's not him. He needs to be that wall, but we'll get that squared away.
Second, Derek.
When you're struggling to guard the ball like that, what's the approach on the coaching side to try to correct that with those guys?
Keep working at it. Practice. And it's tonight. One of the things that, they just, they set in the ball screen coverage and they never set it. And they acted like they were coming to screen and they just slipped out of it. And our guards were adjusting, but our guards, without Trent, without Cabello, those two are elite at it. DeMonte's elite at it. Needless to say, the rest of our guys are not yet. It was just a straight line drive. And you got to be physical. You got to be a tough mother to do that, the way we play it. And, Nelly, we got a long way to go there. So I think that may be 2 hours of practice tomorrow, is figuring out how to get the hell over top of a ball screen.
Jeremy?
Brett, are you hopeful that Jacob and Andre will be willing to go or able to go on Monday?
Jeremy, I'm way beyond trying to figure it out. I show up for a game, I show up for a practice, and I have no idea who I have. And we've got the sickness going around. We've got, I've got a bronchial deal. We've got staff with it. And so tomorrow, I love Paul Schmidt to death, but I dread his text messages right now when he tells me who's here and who's not.
I guess, with Alfonso making a lot of threes last 2 games, where do you stand on when the heat check moment should come and maybe when it should?
Not when he shot that one, because especially when he gave up another 3. He's got to understand that he's never been coached on that end. And he's got to understand that I'm going to run something for the heat check. But you realize that he missed it and he gave one up at the other end. They're bad shots. And no one loves a shooter more than me, and no one loves to continue to go to a shooter more than me. So he doesn't have to try to pull from 6 feet behind the line in transition. We'll hammer some of that stuff out, but man, is he a gifted shooter. Man, I love seeing that ball go up.
Coach, how much of the defense is guys that maybe aren't accustomed to the detailed scouting reports and missing out on, right-hand drives, things like that?
A whole bunch. You can tell DeMonte's experience today. You can tell that other guys don't have that. You know, one of the hardest things about playing basketball defensively is you have to be an unbelievable listener. And people think, what are you talking? Well, when Kofi's elite at it. When Kofi calls a coverage in a ball screen, we have two or three different options. When he makes the call, you have to adjust your feet. And if you can't adjust the right way, that puts us in harm's way. And it's not very hard, but you have to be a listener. And then you have to respond. You can't do it a tick late. And so part of that is scouting report. Part of it is practice. Part of it is just familiarity with it. And, you know, I was ticked off early when Zero, you know, who I don't know if he's put the ball in his left hand all year, you know, straight line drives Coleman right from the top of the key. And Coleman has the ability to be one of the best defenders in this league when he's wants to be that. And, you know, we've been all over him about his closeouts. He jumps. Kid steps in, and that's not the way we've ever practiced it. And so it's discipline, and it's growing, and he's going to be fine. And, you know, that's all part of gaining experience.
Tyler?
Yeah. Coach, 21 assists on 33 makes. Is that just a function of finally getting the post feeds figured out and Plummer making shots, or were you happy with the way the ball was moving tonight?
Yeah, the simplicity of what we did tonight was really good. I mean, there were hardly any ball screen set. I mean, we didn't have that team tonight. So there was no ball screen set, or very, very few, maybe one out of every 4 possessions. The simplicity with which we played tonight probably helped us a bunch. And obviously Bello and Trent, we're going to put a lot of ball screens in because those guys are really good at them. But we didn't have that. And we had a dominant, you know, as I told our team, I'm proud of them for understanding where the bread is buttered. And that was Kofi. And we played out of it in great space, and Curbelo got great looks. And you give me 21 assists every night, we're probably going to shoot those type of percentages.
Alec?
Coach, obviously having so many guys out is really frustrating, but how much have you been able to rely on DeMonte Williams for leadership throughout this first couple weeks of the season?
Man, he's the rock. He's been everything that he's been everything that here's the reality. There's nobody else on our team who has the versatility to go play. Literally, if I ask him to play the 5, he could play the 5. There's nobody else that has that versatility. He hadn't practiced at the point since Jackson State, or maybe Arkansas State a little bit. I mean, he literally hasn't. And all of a sudden, before the game, we're shoot around today. Here we go. And so he's the rock of our team. He's the identity of our team. He's the defensive presence. He was the guy in the huddle, getting on guys when they weren't guarding to his level. Can't say enough great things.
Rob?
Can't criticize the officials, but you can praise Ben for not fouling on that second 3-point shot if you want.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad to see that he learned. You know, I mean, and that's in that a process, you know, when you screw up twice and, you know, you get 2 fouls called, I won't say the quote that comes to mind, which we all know, but yeah, he's fine. I love Ben, and Ben does very few things wrong.
Anything else? All right. Thank you, Coach.
Thank you. See you Monday.